If you loved my vintage 1940s favorite cardigan that I have recently knitted, you're maybe struggling to find similar patterns when it comes to 1940s cardigans that have some interesting color work on them. I've decided to create a small selection of these patterns that include motifs that are similar to the 1940s favorite cardigan. When it comes to browsing 1940s patterns, most of them are either free or they're not free. I'm gonna start with the patterns that I have found on Ravelry. The first one that I actually own myself is a Love Bird Jumper. Well, this one just speaks for itself. I feel like the reason why I decided to go with it because it is in green, but also it has a very interesting colorwork motif, which is not very easy to find. This one is like a go-to vintage pattern. I've seen a lot of vintage knitters knit this one, and it's very cute. I really love the fact that it has parrots. And the cool thing about this one is that you can still knit it with like a different color for the parrots. You can knit a different type of parrot, and that's very fun, especially if your main background color is not this lime green. This one is very cute. The next one that is very in the similar tone to the 1940s favorite cardigan, and obviously mine is inspired by the Tyrolean knitwear, and it was quite a popular thing in the 1940s. They loved Tyrolean fashion. This one is an actual Tyrolean jumper, and it is very interesting because this one actually has figures. So from parrots, we are coming to the figures where the Tyrolean, I guess they're like little dolls, or maybe they're little dancers in their Tyrolean dresses. Very cute. Never seen something like this before. Very interesting. And obviously when it comes to 1940s, most of the color work is at the yoke, so you don't have to knit the whole thing with the color work. The one that also stood to me is a Twinset. So this one actually has color work on the jumper and on the cardigan, which is very cool because obviously the 1940s favorite cardigan is a cardigan. But here you can create a jumper and a cardigan together, which is what I really wanted to create for mine in the future. Now this one I really love because it has roses on it, and it really is quite an inspiration piece. I also love the fact that it has some lines, so it's not just a simple color work at the top. It's not just Intarsia method, but also you get a bit of color work at the bottom of your jumper, and I believe you also get a bit of color work on the cardigan itself. So it's a very interesting set. I believe it comes from a Stitch in Time book. All of these are very fun, and I feel like the colors are just great. And the coolest thing about knitting your own garments is you can always experiment with the different color coordinations, and you can change the color work and do all sorts of different experimentations. It's extremely fun. Now, because we are in the winter time and most of these patterns that I gave you were a bit more of a summery vibe, there's still a lot of similar jumpers and cardigans that can be knit with the winter motifs. This is one of them. This is a star yoked sweater, and it is from 1949, so we're still in the 1940s. I know that it says star, but I mean, it kind of looks like snowflakes, and this would be a perfect winter to spring jumper that you can create. I really love these kind of color works where they're only using two colors. The background color is one color, and then the color work is the opposite color to that. And then on the other side, it's the other way. So it's very interesting, and most of these patterns are actually quite similar. If you don't like the star yoked sweater, you can go with something else. And by something else, there is one more, and I think this one is a oak trees. So it has oak trees instead of stars, which I personally really love. And I think when it comes to these patterns, you can also create your own because they look quite simple, and the fact that it is a repeated color work throughout. I believe it's an Intarsia method, but they also call it fair isle. Well, this is a fair isle. I'm not really sure. This one is also from late 1940s, and it's just very cute. I love the colors. You can experiment with colors. The fact that this is, I believe, oak leaves, it does kind of look like leaves. Oaks. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what it is. It looks like leaves. If it's not leaves, the fact that I'm looking at it and for me, it speaks as if it's an oak tree leaves, I would definitely knit this in green and maybe brown. I'm always going with green. And by the way, I think this is also a twin set. It is. Oh my god. I mean, come on. All of these just telling you to create a twin set. Even for me, like my whole existence is now about thinking how I can create jumper for my 1940s favorite cardigan. I would love it. Like imagine with the color work of the beautiful flowers at the top, maybe they're like a bit smaller. I don't know, we could play with it and it could be very cute and very 1940s. If you want to knit one of those, just check my link down below. Most are free. I guess we're coming back to the birds, and weirdly enough, I found like 3 different patterns of birds and I feel like there are even more. This one is another type of pattern that includes Intarsia birds. I mean, it's fun. This one is a lot more simpler than the first one. The parrots might not be your go-to if you're not really confident in knitting multiple colors at the same time. This is a great alternative because it's just one color and birds are just one color of blue or whatever the color you want them to be. I don't really know what kind of birds they are, but they look very fun. There's also another one that includes birds, but this one is not free. It just says with bluebird motif. So this one is a bit different because the birds are not really located on the same line as the first one, but they're a bit diagonally, which is a bit more interesting because, you know, and I think one of the birds is a bit bigger than the others. This one's definitely an Intarsia method and they're not really repeating. So if you want a bit more complicated than the first one, but not too complicated than the one with parrots, then this one is pretty fun. And also it has a bit more detail on the collar and also at the end of the sleeve. I really love it. If I had all the time in the world, I would probably knit one of each because these are just great representations of 1940s vintage sweaters and jumpers and cardigans. They are truly fun. I saw this one. As you can see, I can't speak because what do you mean you can have color work bees? No. I love this. And it's also called Busy Bee. I love this. I kind of already am planning to make this next year, even though I have a full list. It makes me cry. Look at this. What do you mean? They're bees. How cute is this? The fact that it gave so much emotion is because I never seen something like this on any of the vintage knitters. I never seen anyone knit something like this. Maybe there are some people that use this pattern, but I'm obsessed. I want this. Truly 1940s because you can see that the shoulder pads are still there and it's definitely a lot earlier 1940s with very exaggerated shoulders. I mean, the fact that I come from the 1940s favorite cardigan, I would love to make something with the exaggerated shoulders. Like, it's just peak 1940s. This would be such a perfect spring jumper. Yeah, I'm already making plans about it because it's so interesting and it also has 2 different types of bees. They're flying slightly different and then on the collar there's like a slightly different color work of the bees. I feel like I would have actually made the whole thing with bees, like alternating, doing it as if it's like a fairy style where, you know, you're alternating with the motifs. That would be actually very interesting. Is that too much? Maybe. I live only once. Why can't I make a jumper with bees on it? Tell me. Like, why? No, I can because I have free will and I will. This is perfect. If I didn't go through these type of patterns, I would have never found something like this. Obsessed forever and ever. On the topic of Christmas, because we are still in winter and spring is a bit far away from us, I don't know, I really love this one. It's a snow sweater, like come on, it's just so cute and it definitely has a lot more color work on it. When it comes to me, I do like just using a lot of different colors on my jumpers and sweaters and everything like that, just because I want to use most of my yarn that I have in my collection. So this one is just a great project to these like stash bustings. I really love the fact that it's so wintry and it's very hard to find a very good winter sweater. I feel like one of my dreams is actually knitting myself those with like deers on them. I couldn't find a deer sweater, but there's probably one that is, you know, for the 1940s patterns. This one is a great alternative, like it has snowflakes on it. Come on, this is a perfect winter sweater. Another different variation of this one is a Scandinavian sweater pattern. This one also has snowflakes on it, but also it's slightly different. The dots are at the the top at the yoke mainly, whereas the other one was a lot more throughout the sweater. There's just so many different variations. And again, when it comes to the sleeves, you can make long sleeves, you can make short sleeves. If there is a jumper that is not a cardigan, you can just create it and make it a cardigan. If it's not a twin set, create a twin set. I love vintage patterns. There's so much interesting things that you can do. There is still a way to create these knitted garments without them, you know, being extremely popular. Like, for example, you know, everybody has a rainbow jumper, for example. And yes, I want one. As a person that loves individuality, I guess, I would love to maybe make it differently to everyone else's, or, you know, maybe add my own touch to it. I really love doing that when it comes to patterns, and that's why it takes me a lot of time and effort to create these cardigans and 1940s knitted garments, because I really care for them. I just want them to come out perfectly. Okay, not in the way of like, oh, they need to be 100%, everything is perfect, no mistakes. Not in that sense, but I mean perfect for me. They need to have these like memories in them that I spend so much time, and I can always pinpoint saying, oh, this one actually, like, oh, this one, yeah, there are like all of these. I actually updated the colors and I've added some of the motifs here and there. I think I'm not actually saying this right when it comes to Fairal terminology, and I'm sorry. One more pattern that is definitely very similar to what I have knitted. I feel like I'm always gonna come back to the Tyrolean knitwear book. This one's Edelweiss Jacket, and I think this one's actually 1930s. It's just so cute. You can always make it a 1940s if you like, and it is very similar to the 1940s Favourite Cardigan. If you just add the shoulder pads, change the sleeve shape just a bit, and the fact that it pretty much has the same color work. Doesn't have to be color work, because you can always use cross stitching or double stitching. All the different methods when it comes to color work can be used for the other patterns that I have shown you today. I really love knitting. If just every single knitter in the world knits one thing, they all gonna knit it differently, because everybody has their own way of knitting it. And even if they don't and they want to knit it the same as the pattern says, there's still gonna be some variabilities, because the patterns don't really give you the full way of doing it, like the colors, the yarn, and you know, the way that you cast on and cast off, and all the different methods of doing the ribbing and all the different methods of doing the color work. I love knitting for that. You can add new details, you can remove the details, you can make it longer, shorter, you can personalize it for yourself. Knitting is just so beautiful. One more, it is from the 1940s also, but this one is just one very simple color work, and it's just a beautiful rose. Sometimes we just want a very simple, interesting color work. It does slightly remind me of the 1980s jumpers and sweaters for some reason, because I feel like they always had this one piece of color work. I really love the fact that rose, I think it's on the left hand side, which is where your heart is. Very interesting. It's a bit more complicated than maybe some of the color works, but it's definitely is something that I haven't really seen a lot of people do. Sometimes you just don't want to knit something super simple with just being a jumper. You just want something interesting on it. It's also from Vogue, so yeah, they knew what they were doing. Oh, she looks fabulous in this one. Yeah, I would knit this one. Definitely is a great stash buster too, because if you have these like awkward lengths of yarn that are lying around, this is perfect. Because it's just here, you can like maybe make it smaller, make it bigger, add the second one, or like do it all around in the yoke. Do whatever. It's great. Maybe add one on the sleeves. This was a very short one, or maybe it's quite long. There is a lot of 1940s patterns that incorporate Intarsia effects and also Fairal effects. These are just a small selection of the patterns that I was able to find throughout the internet. I hope you like this kind of, I guess, selection of jumpers and cardigans, and maybe it inspired you to create one of these patterns. You can probably create your own Intarsia color work, and you want something totally different. Maybe you want cats. Oh, that's a great idea, actually. Maybe you want cats on your jumper, and like, why not? 1940s had very cool color works. I bet there is a cat jumper somewhere. I would have loved something like this. Imagine a cat with like a ball of yarn. I could definitely make something like this. That's such an interesting pattern to make. And if you have your own like favorite jumpers that haven't been in this selection and you really want to share, please tell me in the comments below, because I love fun, funky jumpers. If you have any suggestions, drop it down below. I would love to check all of the different patterns, especially if they're free. Please spread the love, share the word, tell other people that yeah, here you go. There's just so many cool websites that you can find different patterns. I don't really know when this video is going to come up. If I posted it before a new year, I wish you Happy New Year and Merry Christmas and all of the wonderful holidays that are upcoming, and just have wonderful time with your family and friends. And I hope you have wonderful time knitting your wonderful garments, and maybe you're making presents for other people. I'm also gonna be knitting through the winter holidays. I started being like, oh my god, I wish I could like just make every single one of them, and maybe you know, in 10 years I will have all of these patterns in my collection, and maybe also that cat one. By the way, if there is a pattern that isn't like a vintage 1940s, 1950s, 1930s even, doesn't matter, with cats, you know, with a ball of yarn, maybe like here on the yoke, please share. Because I haven't found much. And I will see you in next year. I wanted to say thank you so much for everybody that subscribed and comments and likes and just like shares my videos throughout different like platforms. Thank you for everyone that enjoys my videos, and I want to spread the joy. Let's 2026 be a wonderful year for all of us, and goodbye. And I'll see you in the next one. If you love this video and you want to support me further, you can always watch more of my videos right here. Just have a wonderful time, everyone.